At Park Plaza Mall, the new security force isn't just tight, it's terrifying. Some people will kill for a bargain, and at the Park Plaza Mall, they do. Here you can shop till you drop, dead. High-tech robots equipped with state-of-the-art security devices have been recruited as the new mechanical night watchmen for the Park Plaza Mall. When a jolting bolt of lightning short-circuits the main computer control, the robots turn into killbots, on the loose after unsuspecting shoppers. 4 couples are trying to make it after hours in a mattress store. They make it all night. In the morgue. At Park Plaza, you can save on everything but your life. Paul Bartel and Mary Warrenov of the hit thriller Eating Raoul are reunited, plus Russell Todd, Barbara Crampton, and Tony O'Dell. Chopping Mall, where they slash their prices and their customers. I'm Corey.
And I'm Paul.
And we are
the B-Movie Bros. Here we review B-movies to the best of our abilities.
Sometimes we get off topic, but randomness is a gift. This week we are talking about the 1986 killer robot movie, Chopping Mall. What you heard, of course, was the back of the DVD case. Let's get into technical difficulties. We're at our top 3 and bottom 3 of this movie. Let's start with bottom 3. Let's talk about the bad first.
Alright, Sons, you want me to go first?
Sure, you can go first.
Well, for number 3, glass doors do not break that easily, or glass windows, or whatever it was. You see multiple times, like, people just, like, breaking through, like, the glass in front of the mall, like, stores, and, like, so easily, and it was just ridiculous. Like, people just, like, walked into it hard, and it broke. Like, it just doesn't work that way in real life. Number 2, there was really no chopping in a movie called Chopping Mall. People got blasted, they got, like, attacked by robot claws and stuff like that, but there was no, like, hacking or chopping. The front cover shows, like, a bunch of organs in a shopping bag. There was none of that shit. I felt lied to. I really did. And for number 1, I'm gonna have to go with, seriously, armed robots guarding a mall. Like, what a waste of time and money. Just lock the fucking doors. Like, of everything. Like, these were things, like, the military doesn't even have, but, like, we needed these to guard a fucking mall. Like, I know it was, like, the late 80s and malls were really popular, but, like, seriously, like, there was no need for this level of security for a goddamn mall.
Number 3, the robots are not bipedal or human-like in any way. And on the cover, it shows a human-like robotic arm. And the robots actually have arms that are like these little fucking piston thingies, and they've got these little, like you know those fucking, the claw things that, like, old people use to get jars off of shelves? It's like a pincer.
Yeah,
it's just two things that make a claw. And that's what these robots have. They don't have fucking hands. They have little, like, old people extend-a-grabby thingies.
The front cover actually reminds me of Sinjador more than it reminds you of, like, any kind of robot thing.
And number 2, like you said, with the kind of security the mall already had, which, like, the time-locked doors that were indestructible, why do they need robots with frickin' laser beams in their heads? They don't. It's overkill. There's no pun intended, there's no reason to have these high-tech security robots roving around the mall with their tasers and lasers and phasers and whatever kind of shit they had in them. And then number 1, I just have to yell at the guys in the movies, the guys of the couples. When will you realize that shooting the robots does nothing, you stupid fucking kids?
I mean, eventually they learn to, like, I don't know, use propane tanks or something like that and blow them up, but yeah, they're shooting at them like, well, it didn't work the last 50 times, like, I'm sure it'll work this time. We're wearing them down.
Yeah, the characters in this movie just seem so stupid in their approach to doing things to try and defeat these robots, and it kind of gets annoying after a while. Let's move on to the top 3 of this movie. What was good about it? What did you like? What was your favorite part about this movie?
For number 3, the characters were surprisingly not as stupid as normal horror movie characters. Like, they don't say, oh, let's split up or decide while they're getting attacked to have sex or anything like that.
Hey gang, I know how we can solve this mystery. Let's split up.
Really easily get killed. They ended up, like, kind of working together, and that was kind of cool. You don't normally see that. For number 2, some of the lines were pretty witty. The dialogue seemed to flow pretty well. I thought it was pretty well casted. I thought everyone did a pretty good job in that, so I like when that happens. And for number one, the security robots were just awesome. Like, they remind me of a mix of the Daleks from Doctor Who, the old Rob Nintendo machine, and Wally from Wally, and
Wally.
yeah, and that robot from the movie Short Circuit. I can't remember what it was called, but
fucking yeah, that thing.
yeah, it just reminded me of like a hybrid of all these like weird talking robots. Like even the robot from like Rocky 4, like it just goes "Happy Birthday, Polly." It's like it was so like 80s robot style, and that was really cool.
Number 3, the mall that this takes place in. I really want to go shopping there circa 1986, of course, when this movie was made.
Seemed to get a time machine and go shopping.
I mean, as I mentioned last episode of talking about mall rats, I grew up going to malls several times a week. Like, I love
90s.
malls. I enjoy malls. I like walking around malls. It makes me sad to see that malls are dying. And this mall just kind of looks so awesome. And actually, I was looking up, apparently this mall that they used filming in this movie also was used in filming Terminator 2, Judgment Day.
Really?
Yeah, so that was pretty interesting. And while filming this movie, the people that owned the mall were very supportive of the film crew. But the head of security, who was on detail, like, while they were filming, kept accusing them of, like, breaking things and stealing things, and, like, really hated the film being made in his mall.
I wonder what the janitor thought, like, fucking kids messing up things, robots, like,
well, I mean,
leaving track marks all over.
If we learned anything from the movie, the janitor, he was probably, like, killing crew members the whole time.
He actually died, but it wasn't from the robots.
Number 2, all the movie references. Throughout the movie, there are movie posters all over the place. The characters say things like, "I've seen Dirty Harry 24 times," and just kind of stuff like that.
The dialogue was charming, it was realistic.
And movies are just mentioned at random. Like, they have Star Wars references, they have everything. Number 1, just like Paul said, it's the robots. Their voice, the phrase, "Have a nice day." Their overdone arsenal. They have tasers, they have lasers, they have fucking plastic explosives, they have razor-sharp claws, they have tank treads, they're indestructible. Like it doesn't make sense why these are guarding a mall and not, like, on the front line of some war somewhere.
It's like, when you consider that, it's, like, impossible to take the movie seriously. And I don't think I'm the only one that, whenever they passed by, thought, "Exterminate."
You think that dialogue was charming, so let's have a quote war!
Quote war.
I'm gonna go first this time. "I'm just not used to being chased around a mall in the middle of the night by killer robots."
"Oh, fuck. The fuchsia. It's Friday.
"Let's send these fuckers a Rambo-gram."
You're becoming a real candidate for prickhood."
"Thank you. Have a nice day."
"Robot blood."
And that does it for this episode's edition of Quote Wars. Don't forget to tweet us at BMovieBros. Tell us which quote was the best, who won this episode's Quote War. If you've seen Chopping Mall, what's your favorite quote? I know mine is, "Thank you. Have a nice day." You can also find us on Facebook at B-Movie-Bros. That's B-Movie space B-R-O-S, B-Movie-Bros.
Imagine if this movie took place in the mall that Mallrats took place in. That would be amazing.
I think the mall Rats took place in kind of sucked in comparison to this mall.
Well, yeah, it took place in New Jersey. I just mean, like, if Mallrats had killer robots in it, like this.
That'd be
like
awesome.
Jay and Silent Bob, like, trying to survive a robot attack.
If anybody from Mallrats could survive a robot attack, it would be Jay and Silent Bob.
That's true.
You know who'd be the first to die?
Dante.
Trish the Dish.
Yeah.
Dante wasn't even in Mallrats.
Wasn't he, though? Wasn't he?
No, it was his brother, fucking something Hicks.
Yeah, there's like a Hicks
Gil.
in every...
That was it.
Gil
Hicks. Fucking fish-breathing Hicks.
Yeah. But, like, they would have just, like, gotten the robots high and escaped. It would have been... it would have been a completely different movie, but I kind of want to see that now. Like, Jay and Silent Bob versus the Daleks. Like, who wouldn't want to see that?
No, I want to see a Doctor Who Jay and Silent Bob crossover. So are we going to have an episode of Doctor Who guest directed by Kevin Smith? Like the show
so.
Degrassi. Degrassi guest directed by Kevin Smith.
Also starring Kevin Smith. That would be amazing.
So let's give our final take on this movie. We're going to give a score on our shot scale. Our shot scale is, of course, a reverse scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the best, 10 being the worst. How many shots do you need to get through this movie? I'm going to go out on a limb here and say 3 out of 10.
I'm not quite as generous as you. I'm gonna go with a 4 out of 10 on this one.
So pretty close. Let's justify our score. So I have to say, first off, I absolutely love this movie. This is like my guilty pleasure go-to movie when I can't decide what to watch or I'm going to bed and my wife is out of town. The robots are super 80s-tastic with their blocky builds and their robo voices. I enjoy seeing the mall in all its shoppingest glory. The characters, however, are uninteresting to me, and the story is pretty weak. And even through that, the special effects and dialogue make the movie very fun and entertaining. With plenty of movie references and a couple fun death sequences, this really rounds out to be a fun movie. If you're looking for a killer robot shopping extravaganza movie, I mean, you can't go wrong. If you're looking for a movie, you can't go wrong with Shopping Mall. But just some of the things about it just make you want to drink. Like, it's just too silly.
Shopping Mall was an entertaining movie. It flowed well, and the characters weren't bad. The plot was absurd, which once you realize, like, the idea of these killer robots guarding a mall, like, is the main plot, you just can't take anything seriously. So, it worked pretty well for this type of low-budget film. There really isn't anything that makes this movie stand out, though, but I wouldn't mind watching it again, some kind of background noise while I'm doing something else, something more productive. But it wasn't bad, but, like, I just can't see myself, like, watching it while not doing something. It just wasn't that good.
I mean, I normally watch this while I sleep, so.
There you go. Perfect for sleeping. Like, some people listen to, like, different sound effects and everything. Corey listens to this movie while he sleeps.
Hails to the yeah.
There you go. Now you're eating ice cream.
Yeah, I got some ice cream. Normally we're recording at River's Edge Studio, but we had some technical difficulties tonight, so we're recording live from Paul's apartment.
Hence why I had to do the theme music.
And the fucking ice cream.
Yeah, I mean, I've got ice cream in the freezer, and I can sit in my living room. It's kind of a win-win.
So, we know that not every person loves the same kind of shit that we do. So we like to give each movie an A-movie companion. So we're going to give you a couple movies that are like, an A-class version of Chopping Mall. A higher budget. A more, upper echelon.
Big words.
Fucking, fancy people shit. So
people that aren't us would watch.
So I would like to give my A-movie companion as the 2006 Ben Stiller movie, Night at the Museum. Paul, what is your A-movie companion going to be?
I'm going to go with the 1984 movie, The Terminator.
Well, I enjoy this nice ice cream bar. Why don't you tell us about your A-movie companion?
Alright, so, yeah, I'm going with the 1984 movie, The Terminator, written by James Cameron and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger. Both movies were about powerful machines hunting people down. Both movies featured the characters drastically outgunned and relying on their own intelligence to survive killer robots. Both movies were made in the 80s, and it really shows by the hairstyles and the attire present in the movie. And both movies were done really well for the budget they had. Terminator still stands up till today, and for a budget of $800,000, this movie did pretty well, so good for them. And that is why The Terminator is an A-movie version of Chopping Mall.
My A-movie companion is the 2006 Night at the Museum, starring Ben Stiller. So both Allison from Chopping Mall and Larry from Night at the Museum are in their first week at a new job. Both movies take place after the locations are closed for the night, the museum and the mall. The characters from both movies are accosted by things which only come alive at night, whether it be the fucking museum pieces or killer robots. Chopping Mall makes references to many movies, as does one of the Night at the Museum's sequels. At least, one of the sequels, if not both of them. I know they got, like, fucking Darth Vader with a lightsaber in one of the goddamn movies. Things happen in both movies are supposed to stop in the morning, 6 a.m. in Chopping Mall when the fucking security doors open.
Yeah.
And at dawn in Night at the Museum. Finally, Night at the Museum was made in the year 2006, 2006. Chopping Mall was made in the year 1986, 1986, meaning both movies were made in a year ending in the digit 6. And that's why Night at the Museum is just an A-movie version of Chopping Mall. It's time to drink away the flick. Drink away the flick. Come on and grab your drink. Let's drink away the flick. We're going to give you some ways to drink away this flick. Here are some drinking games for the movie Chopping Mall. Number 1. Every time a robot says, "Have a nice day," take a drink. Number 2. Whenever you see a movie poster, take a drink. Number 3. Anytime someone tries to, quote-unquote, kill a robot and fails, take a drink. Number 4. Anytime something in the mall gets broken, a door, an elevator, a TV, etc., take a drink. And number 5, because it's shopping month, anytime someone enters a store, take a drink. And yes, any store in the mall counts. And you know, if 5 characters make it into a store, that means 5 drinks. Which means you're going to get pretty fucking smashed during this movie if you follow our rules. My rules.
Do the robots count as people, or like do you drink for each robot too, or?
Do the robots have a self-aware consciousness?
Sure.
Then yes, they count as people.
Cool. All right. For mine, I've got every time someone is having sex in a department store, take a drink. Every time a security robot blasts somebody, take a drink. And every time a security robot blows up, take a drink. And that's all I've got for this one.
And those are the ways that you can drink away the flick. So, before we finish up here, Paul, I really do have to say, you were forgetting something last week. You forgot to rank the movies.
I did, didn't I?
Yes, you did. Shame on Paul.
I've decided lately I'm just going to keep everyone in suspense until the last episode. Like, that way you'll have to wonder all throughout the month, which one movie did Paul like best? So,
okay.
You're all just going to have to deal with that for now.
So you've held us in suspense. What is your rankings for the movies for this month?
Alright, for number 4, I'm going to give Night of the Comet. That movie was okay, but really it didn't do anything that made it a great movie. I enjoyed it, but meh, it was just okay. For number 3, I'm going to have to go with Intruder. Still not great, but there were a lot of qualities in it I liked. I liked the, how crazy the killer was. I liked the twist ending. It was slightly better than Night of the Comet. For number 2, I'm actually going to go at Chopping Mall. I thought Chopping Mall was pretty entertaining. I like the 80s style to it. Actually, all of them kind of, except for Mallrats, had an 80s style to it, which was kind of cool to watch. But this one, it had killer robots, so I had to rate it above the other ones. And for number 1, I'm going to go with Mallrats. Love the 90s style. I love Kevin Smith's kind of early works. And overall, it was just more entertaining than the other ones. Had better dialogue, had better characters. Just overall, the better movie. There really were no bad movies we watched this month, so it was difficult, but overall I can't deny Mallrats wins for shopping month. Alright, Corey, what do you have for us?
So I have to say that for me, number 4 was Night of the Comet. I mean, it was entertaining, it was interesting, but at the end of the day, it was just kind of like, it was there. There's not much memorable about it except the fact that it's a PG-13 zombie movie from the 1980s. Intruder, well, let's go in order here. So that was number 4. Number 3, I have to say Mallrats. It was enjoyable, it was fun, it gave me laughs, but there was a lot left to be desired with the movie. The main character that was followed throughout it was very uninteresting, and it was really the supporting cast that made the movie. For me, number 2 had to be Intruder, just because of Killer Psycho Bill at the end. You know, the last half hour of the movie is just chock full of laughs and fun lines like, "Leave it to Cleaver," or...
And Bruce Campbell, like, making his appearance in it.
A Bruce Campbell appearance. And the fact that the killer actually gets away with it, like, right there. It's not like Halloween where the killer disappears. No, the killer is right there in front of you, and he still gets away with it. It's interesting. I think it's fun and enjoyable. And, you know, the guy with the imagery of the man with the head and the severed head in one hand and the hamburger in the other and eating. Like, I just feel like that would be me, so I relate to that movie a lot. So number 1 for me, of course, is Chopping Mall. Like I said, This is my guilty pleasure movie. Like, I know it's got its bad qualities, but I love it. It's so fun. I grew up going to malls all the time. I love the mall. I love the robots. The characters, they're not interesting, but they're believable. Like, they're real people. And Ferdy being the character that, spoiler alert! Ferdy being one of the characters that lives and being like that nerdy, I've seen all these movies, I make all these references. Like, that's me. So I really like that. And, I can relate to it. And I just think it's fun. So for me, Chopping Mall is like the B movie of B movies. I think that's one of my favorites. If you wish to join us next week, as we begin Christmas month, because of course it's fucking December. What else are we going to talk about? We will be watching the 1996 slasher flick Santa Claus, Claws, as in like I'ma slash you with my claws, motherfucker, which has my personal hero Bill Heinzman. And was written and directed by John Russo, who was the co-writer of Night of the Living Dead. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at BMovieBros. That's all one word. You can tweet Paul or follow Paul directly at BMoviePaul. Like us on Facebook at B-Movies space BROS. That's BMovieBros. Until we meet again, be brave, be alive, be back next week. And due to technical difficulties, here's our theme song. Do 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 do. Wait, that's the theme to Tetris. Do 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 do.